spiritual food for thought.
Welcome back. If you guys follow me, you'll realize this may be a little different situation, a different setting that I'm in. We're actually down in a hotel room right now on the border of Texas and Mexico, and part of traveling involves different foods. If you think about heading to a different country, a different community, somewhere where different people have different ethnicities, different traditions and foods that they normally cook, a lot of stuff to us is going to taste very different and strange, even though it's very familiar to them. Why is that? It's because we develop a taste for that which we were raised on. So I want to start there, because oftentimes, even they talk about the meat of the word, the milk of the word in Scripture, and it is really spiritual food as well. So much like we develop a taste for what we're raised on, I want to point out that spiritually or in our lives, we develop a taste for what we are raised on. A lot of times if we travel somewhere and you show up with kids, a lot of people these days, the way that they do it is they immediately put on a cartoon for the children. Why? Because they don't know how to engage. A lot of times these days, they don't know how to have real conversations. So if they put on, the digital babysitter and give the kids a cartoon to watch, they don't have to worry about them anymore. Unfortunate thing with cartoons, and it's all fantasy most of the time. It's make-believe, it's foolishness, it's folly. And the problem is that when children are raised not having a flavor for truth, not having a palate for truth, not being accustomed to truth, then truth eventually becomes a very strange and funny taste in their mouth if they're raised on foolishness and fantasy, folly. So what we try to do is try to watch what we put into our children, because we want to have them develop a real taste for the truth. They don't have a problem, sitting down and listening to somebody read Scripture to them. That's a good thing. Even if we use the King James Version of the Bible, it's not this strange, land that they don't know how to interact and deal with. They listen. They understand. Now, if I did plug them down in front of things like, SpongeBob or VeggieTales or other stuff all day long, they'd have a different palate. They'd have a different taste. And unfortunately, what I think it is that people get so accustomed to the make-believe. Now, there's things that are not real which can be real, like inventions and stuff, and it's not bad to think about what could be or applying ourselves to do different things. But when it's always just make-believe and fantasy and things that are not real, they develop real taste for that. And then as they grow, they willingly accept things like evolution and the fact that you're just pond scum who sat around for a couple of millions of years, that you're just a monkey, really. And it develops, a palate of a level of comfort digesting lies, digesting things that are not true. And I think that it sets them up for a very bad future if they're going to have to get exposed to the truth, because the second they hear the truth, they've got no place for it. It tastes funny in their mouth. They spit it out. They don't want it. So hopefully as you raise children, as you think about things, this is some good spiritual food for thought. Just kind of came up in my mind as we're down here. And my kids do pretty good at eating other things anyway. But spiritually, I want to make sure they're being raised on truth. I like to develop a real taste for that. Be blessed.
Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.